I forgot that people will zoom around you on the right or where, like 4 or 5 lanes of traffic. People just like, nobody will wait.
She hasn't had the American diseases in a while, and so now that she's in America...
Diseases. You don't live in Atlanta, son. People who actually live there think it's garbage.
I have a family member who was the fat man at the original night.
The original Florida man. Gonna be great.
Amtrak gets better every year.
Well, it can't get worse. Caution. Doors do not rebound or spring back.
Brandy tours the United States.
Here we go.
Hey, everybody, we don't have Jim.
No.
So we are doing our own filming here in Alabama.
Yay, Alabama.
Brandy is visiting the United States.
Yeah.
For
my little month-long holiday, French style.
For first time in 20 years. So I was going to kind of stay out of France until 2 years.
Yeah, I came 2 years ago. I was here in 2024.
Okay.
But I mean, I've never been to here in Alabama.
And then before that?
Before that, I think it was, I want to say 2017. Because I was supposed to come in 2020, but then, you know, everybody knows COVID happened. So, yeah, but we're here in 2024. Not here, but in the USA.
And we're trying to do this without Jim. So excuse our sloppy lighting and microphone work.
I have no dog in this fight. That's all I got to say. I'm just here.
She does have a dog in this fight because last night we recorded this, and without our great and excellent and worthy cameraman, film man,
behind the scenes fellow,
leader Jim, we didn't record any audio.
Yeah, video only, which much less interesting. Much less interesting.
Kind of interesting. So I had to record a little commercial yesterday, and this is a setup for one person. That's what I have here, and. So I just figured,
still impressive.
Since Brandy's here,
yay,
we should do an episode of, Brandy tours the United States.
Yeah, the tour is coming to an end soon.
Still have a week.
Well, almost. Yeah, we have almost a week. We're flying from Fort Walton Beach to Chicago, spending a few days in Chicago with a friend of mine, going to see a baseball game as you do when you're in Chicago. Yeah, I mean, we're going to finish strong and then go home tired. And then when we land, it'll be like the 20th of August or something. And school starts back like 10 days later. So
you start teaching school.
Yeah. So I've got about 10 days to recover from the jet lag. The jet lag going back is always the worst. Coming here is not so bad. But going the other direction for some reason, it just messes me up.
Well, if it's noon here, then there it's going to be 7 p.m.
Right. Oh, yeah, because here you're on Central Time, yeah.
It's like, I get to go to bed earlier.
Right, but something about the 8-hour flight, you leave on the 19th, but you don't arrive till the 20th, and like you lost a whole day somehow.
Yeah, because you get to the airport an hour early or more, and then you do a layover for an hour or more, and then you get to the airport and you got to get home, which is maybe half an hour. So now an 8.5-hour flight to Europe, plus like the hot flight from wherever. Because are you going straight from Chicago to Barcelona?
No, we have a layover in Boston because it's with JetBlue and their hub is out of Boston. So we definitely have to stop in Boston and change planes for sure. But that's the way we did it on the way here. It was really the Barcelona to Boston portion was perfect. It was only in Boston. There was a bunch of weather delays. Getting from Boston to Atlanta was terrible.
So
Atlanta's one of the biggest airports. It's terrible to get through. Busiest. Yes, but like it's
Mayor
big.
Andre Dickens, you are at Terminal C. C is for coffee.
No.
Coffee is available at 524 locations.
No, you've done
in the Atlanta airport.
No, you've done the Atlanta airport wrong. The best thing about the Atlanta airport is caution: doors do not rebound or spring back.
Watch yourself.
That old voice, but they changed it. Now it says something different and much more logical. But the old Atlanta airport, like terminal train, the one that. What do they call it? The plane train. They call it the plane train. The plane train.
You know, Atlanta's got to rhyme it a little bit.
This is the plane train. And then they used to have this voice that would call it, caution, doors do not rebound or spring back. It was so funny. They changed it. Now it's very generic.
You are on Concourse C.
Yeah.
You are moving to Concourse B. I'm Mayor Andre Dickens.
I didn't hear that.
But I think Atlanta's a great city. One of my favorite cities. It's got Waffle House.
Right?
It does have a train. It has a MARTA system.
The MARTA is terrible.
I love the MARTA.
The MARTA is terrible.
Not terrible.
It's terrible.
It's not
Ask
terrible.
people. You don't live in Atlanta, son. People who actually live there think it's garbage. They really do. I'm telling you. We're not going to argue about the MARTA, though, are we? No.
I can't.
Their slogan is MARTA. It's smarta. So just that right there is objectively terrible.
So something I've noticed that Brandy has been doing since she's visiting the United States on one of very few occasions over the last 20 years.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It don't come often.
That she's focusing on the infrastructure, the train infrastructure. Was somebody visiting here, America, we wouldn't think about that, but the train infrastructure, like she hear her going off on MARTA, it's been so important to her, and she wants to talk about it.
Well, also, last time we were here 2 years ago, we took the Amtrak, thinking it was going to be great.
Amtrak gets better every year.
Well, it can't get worse.
We're never going to get a sponsorship now. You ruined it.
All right, I told you I show up and talk.
God.
You don't pay me for my opinions. Nobody does.
Nobody pays you.
Nobody pays me.
We're just here. It's cost us money.
But like, no, seriously, we took that Amtrak from Jacksonville, Florida to Washington, D.C. 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's some of the best. That part of the Eastern Seaboard is some of the best.
We've got the infrastructure over there, but like the train was all compared to the French trains. Oh my God.
Okay, now I only know to say this because we had this conversation last night. Mm-hmm. So there is a way to do the American trains properly. Okay, and that way to do the American train properly is to treat the train like a hotel room. So you're going to pay an extra
$2,000 or something.
How much extra for a person to get into one of the rooms with a shower and a toilet?
When I priced it 2 years ago, it was like $600. It was like $200 a piece for all three of us. It was like $600 and something for a normal seat. But if we wanted a bed, it was like $2,000 a person. So I don't know if it was because of the distance. I don't know if it was the time of the train. I don't know if the train was. I don't know what happened, but I was like, oh no, I can't pay for that.
Amtrak, you got to do better. I think I went to basic officer leadership course for the Army in Fort Lee, Virginia.
Okay.
And I used to take a train from Fort Lee near Richmond. And I think I was even in Petersburg, and I took that train overnight, got to sleep in a car to Washington, D.C. and New York. And it was two of us. I treated the train like my hotel room. So I got on. Mm-hmm. I did 8 hours on the train. I took a shower, had slept, had them bring me food. Mm-hmm. And then if you that's the way to do it in America where it kind of makes sense, is if you treat the train stay like a hotel stay. And then also for Americans, it's very much the experience of it.
That's the way they were selling those Amtrak tickets. We just needed it for transportation, honestly. We just needed to get to Washington, D.C. That's all. But for transportation purposes, it's very middling. Let me just put it that way. Middling. I was fine. We got there, but there was literally fortunately, my aunt had packed us a picnic because there was nothing you could not buy food on that train. I don't know what was going on. It was some kind of a...
Oh, you couldn't buy food at all?
I didn't... I wandered and I couldn't find anything. And also you can't very easily, like in French trains,
Did you have to change trains at all?
No, we did not.
So that's nice.
Yeah, that was the only good thing, is that we literally got on the train in Jacksonville, got off the train in Washington, D.C., which was a long ride. Sorry, I'm still not quite 100% back to
Brandy is she hasn't had the American diseases in a while, and so now that she's in America, that has gotten on top of her quite hard. She got me sick.
I got everybody sick apparently. I don't know.
Her son's sick.
I brought over some French funk. I don't know what I brought.
No, I don't think you brought French funk. I think you got something here that metastasized.
Oh, and I just
in your body, and
then
you spread it.
Okay.
Because mine was one day. I have a friend that was another day. Evan's like one day.
Yeah.
And then you were like...
Mine just won't quit. It's just like my voice won't come back. I don't know. I don't feel so terrible now. But...
I watched this happen. I watched Brandy talk too much with all her friends and family. And then I watched. My voice is going out, and then kept
anyway.
talking.
I wasn't gonna stop. I didn't. We had a house full of people. It was great. I wasn't gonna not chat with them.
So Brandy, you've been in the United States for 20 years. Not really, just coming like sporadically.
Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't lived here for 20 years. Yeah, that's true.
So, like, what hit you this time, other than the trains, of course? Because you traveled a long way.
I traveled a long way, yeah.
You met all your family, and then you traveled basically Chicago.
Well, Chicago is tomorrow.
To Tampa.
Well, yeah, we drove from here to Valdosta. Valdosta down to Tampa. Tampa back up to here. That was a 6.5-hour drive. I forgot how boring our roads are. Just
it's also very handy to be boring.
It's handy, but unless the driver is falling asleep, that's not a good idea.
Well, we're all searching for AI to take that over.
I don't want the
AI
to drive my car.
Man, how funny would it be if you could get your buddy drunk or and then put them in their car, have them give their name recognition, and then you tell it to go 800 miles away.
Oh, they have those in Atlanta. Have you seen them? The little self-driving cars that you can order as Ubers.
Someone's going to put their friend in a car and tell it to go very far, and they're going to wake up the next morning still going 80 miles an hour away from their home.
And be like, oh my God, what's happening?
It's going to be a mean but funny thing to do.
No, but Waymos, that's what they call them.
Waymos. Yeah, Waymos.
You know those, yeah.
I know exactly. But you just came back up from near where I don't want to call it that, where the Church of Scientology is headquarters.
What?
You were right there.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I had no idea.
But
I learned a lot about the Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey. That's so
like my relatives in there.
Yes, but apparently Ringling Brothers all started in Sarasota, Florida. Yeah.
That makes so much sense. I have a family member who was the fat man at the original night.
The original Florida man.
He was the fat man. But he was a fat man. He fell in love with a singer in the circus during the Ringling Brothers. She got nationally famous. He proposed marriage a bunch of times. She always said no. Then he ended up when he died finally leaving my grandmother like $1 million. So I guess he did well at the circus as well.
I guess, but basically I had no idea that Ringling Brothers was started in Florida. And like they had their big tops and everything down there for the first. Like, really. Like I don't know.
Original gypsies.
For real, but I mean Florida man that absolutely tracks.
American gypsies.
Florida tracks.
American gypsies
as the home of Ringling Brothers. I'm like,
Florida tracks as the home of the American gypsy.
Also, 2 years ago we drove like 3,500 kilometers. I don't remember in miles. Sorry, do the math. But like we just drove so much. We had to change places every like 3 to 4 days. And that was very tiring. And this time around I was like, no, I'm going to go less places so I can spend more time and actually chill because, man, driving somewhere every 3 to 4 days when you're doing 4, 5, and 6 hour drives every 4 days.
Now, I give the same advice when people go to France, or any country. I'm like, hey, don't go for 2 weeks, and don't try to do 11 things. Just go and just be.
Yeah.
Yeah, just be where you are. So Brandy is used to using trains. That's why she's talking about it. But I did give her the best car in the United States to drive around.
Yeah.
I gave her a 2008 Lincoln Town Car, baby, the old museum.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, body on frame, V8, baby.
The road boat.
The road yacht. Yeah, the road boat.
The land yacht, road boat.
Land yacht, yeah. Every iteration of that car has always been called the boat. It is.
It's the road boat.
Isn't it comfortable to get down those miles?
It is pretty comfortable. I got to admit, it gave me a bit of old man back, though. I had to put a little lumbar support up in it.
You can push a button for that.
I didn't know that. I will push it.
And that's also why I was trying to get you back on the interstate when you guys were she was coming north from like the Miami area.
Tampa.
They didn't take 75, the interstate. They took local roads.
It was like
so the road boat doesn't do so good on the weavings.
Well, it was kind of like to accelerate and decelerate. It does take a while.
Yeah, the United States is very much like you have to have a vehicle.
You really do.
You really do. It's just too big. I mean, people judge us, but we have a ton of tracks. Mm-hmm. It's just so gigantic. It makes no sense. Like you just have to have a car. And the thing is, like the trip between Barcelona and where we live in France is like 65 miles. That would take us 55 minutes on a normal road. And the fastest you can really do it in Spain on their trains or anyway at all is like an hour and 20 minutes on a bullet train. How fast is
it? From Perpignan to Barcelona?
Yeah, driving.
Driving is that's a 2-hour drive easily.
2-hour drive easily. And it's well under an hour in the United States because it's not far.
Well, and everything's very straight and you can go fast. So it's like the roads are just different. And granted, they're boring. You don't get bored on the French roads because you really have to pay attention all the time. Like,
because you'll die.
You will die quickly. Also, they're a lot more disciplined with how they, like here, you got 3 lanes or whatever, however many lanes. And here, if somebody in that left lane is going
Jim,
slow,
we miss you.
Yeah.
We are trying our best here in America without you. And just so everybody knows, Jim will be editing this.
Yeah.
Je désolé, Jim. Je désolé.
But the way that I forgot that people will zoom around you on the right or where, like 4 or 5 lanes of traffic, people just like, nobody will wait. They just zoom around. And I forgot about it. And so I had a couple of moments where it was just like people zoomed around me. I was like in the middle lane or something. And then people would zoom around me on the right and the left at the same time. And I was like, oh shit, what's happening?
Okay.
But it was good in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was so happy. We had like almost like a
tropical
thunderstorm
very
sort of
heavy.
situation. Yeah.
And yes, you did have a tropical storm.
Yeah.
We're in technically the tropics here in this part of Florida. But all weather tires. That car, just like cars from the north are set up to drive in the snow, that Lincoln is made to drive in heavy rain.
Oh, it did.
So like when it rains a lot, you got deep well tires to remove it, and then also the car's a V8, so it's heavy. So that puts a lot of force on the ground. So you more than most should have had no problems. Those windshield wipers were made for everything.
Yeah, the windshield wipers were going as fast as they could go, but it still wasn't quite enough to get through. And I was like, man, I'm glad I'm not in some little shitty car like my Twingo. I mean, I love my Twingo, but
her son, I had a Mercedes convertible, and he wanted to take that to South Florida, and I get that. But I was like, you don't want to do that.
No,
I was like, you were going the distance to Barcelona 9 times from Perpignan.
Yeah.
One way.
You need comfort.
So it's 18 times total.
Yeah.
So you don't want to look cool for 18 hours.
You don't. When we were in down in the Tampa area, at one point Evan was like, Mom, can we eat at Chick-fil-A? He loves the Chick-fil-A. I don't know. He's discovered the Chick-fil-A and the ranch dressing. So I said, sure.
We gave that kid ranch. Just straight French kid ranch.
Give him so much ranch.
He put it in his mouth, and he was trying to be cool. Chewing it. And then that smile that I just tasted ranch for the first time, smile came on his face.
What is this magical sauce?
And now he's talking about, like, how can we get it over? He's already bougie. He's like, that stuff in the grocery store.
Yeah, he knows.
That is not ranch. That is something. And he's right.
But I mean,
it is not ranch.
It's not ranch. It's not ranch. Yeah, but like, he already knows the differences in the ranch is the funny part to me. But where was I? I was going somewhere with that. The European style of going long distances is public transport, like trains, planes, whatever, buses. And over here, I mean, good luck. If you want to get there on public transport, it'll be like, yeah, no, never mind. Maps is just like laughs at you.
And here's the thing. If you do come over here and you want to do a rental car, you need to go rent it before you come. You need to go through a European company because a rental car in Europe's like $30 a day.
It depends.
It's $230 easily for the cheapest thing here. So you heard me right. $230 for one day. So it's crazy.
Depending on the car or depending on
the cheapest
place?
The cheapest one maybe $100 a day.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's kind of expensive.
It's and that's the cheapest. You might find it for that, which you probably won't. That's kidding. It's like more than that. So so coming to Europe, just to have a counterpoint to her, like immediately the first thing I thought was like, oh, I need a car. I need to buy a car. So I bought a car. Not necessary. Trains are everywhere. Didn't
this
need.
Was 20 years ago when you were living in Estegel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I did need one from Estegel because it was a bus, probably Estegel.
It had like one bus.
We're so used to a lot of freedom with cars in the United States. So I just bought a car, a little $500 job. It went from England all the way to southern France, back up to the Netherlands, no issues. I mean, I only recommend that if like you know a little bit about cars and can tell by what you read on Gumtree, which is a place to buy a car.
So
Europeans, when you get to America, rent a car before you get here on a European website because you're going to get it for a third of the price.
Also,
but you do need a car.
What was the World Cup people that thought they could walk from their hotels to whatever stadium?
All right, that's cut. Good talking to everybody.